Hi, welcome to Tints and Tones. Today we are going to draw a lavender flower. As you can see here, I'll be providing you the color swatches, and if any outline I'm using, I'll be providing you in the description for free. This is drawn using my watercolor brush, which is a one-time purchase, but you will be getting access to all my future weekly tutorial on YouTube, a detailed tutorial. And before I begin the video, my name is Harshini. I'm an illustrator. I post weekly tutorials as I mentioned before. And also I have a stationery brand called tintsandtones.com where I sell journals, bookmarks, calendars, and so many more stationeries. So let's begin the video. And let's begin the video. Once you open the Procreate app, it's a one-time subscription. And here you have all the past projects. And in this corner, you have a plus sign. You can click on this plus sign for now and you'll see some custom sizes over here. Here again click on this plus icon and you can set your pixel 4000 into 4000 and set it at 300 dpi. You will have layers, 12 layers. It depends on your iPad model. And I'm just creating. Click create. Now this is the canvas. Once we open the canvas, you will be able to see some tools over here. Here is where you adjust the brush size. Here is where you adjust the opacity. And here I'm going to use tints and tones brushes over here. And then these are all the layers where you can have multiple layers by clicking this plus sign. You can delete it, add it. This is the eraser tool. Here also similar set of brushes you have. This is the smudge tool, similar set of brushes. And this is the color tool. You can navigate it in different format. And now I'm using a lavender palette which you can download it from the description. Now to begin with, let's select the second row, second color, and then go to the brush and select the Triliner brush to have a rough sketch. So let me show you a rough sketch of lavender flower. Anytime when you're starting any illustration, a lavender flower will be in a conical structure. So you can draw a cone kind of shape like this so that you will not miss out on the structure of the flower. So let me teach you one flower over here, and then later on I'll teach you. I'll paint the other flowers in the time-lapse manner, and you can follow along. Even though it's a fast forwarded, the rest of the videos for other flowers is going to be in the same way, but in a fast forwarded way. I'll just show you the end result after showing other process as well. And first, for this video, I'll just show one of the flower how to draw. Just for the interest of the time, I'm just showing one of the flower. So this is the basic shape, and you'll have a stem in the end. Now, just reduce the opacity to 40% and then click on this plus icon to create a new layer. Go back to the color and select the third color in the first row. It's a purple color, so let's start with the third color. Now go back to the brush section and select the bright wet edge loaded brush. Now when you're drawing, just make sure you're drawing petals in all different directions. Just to start with. It has to be within this direction, but it can be slightly outside the line as well, as you can see. That's it. Now go back to the color brush section. Select the wet on wet, watery wet on wet, the first set. And then go back to the color and select the fourth color. Now let me create some variations. Wherever there is a gap, you can fill those gaps with this darker color. It's a watery brush. It will just create some depth. Just color the empty spaces. So this brush has pressure sensitivity. So as you drag along without lifting, it will become lighter and lighter. So you have to lift your brush wherever you want it dark and just color. The empty space. If you are not lifting, just increase the pressure to have darker color. Like you can see here, I am increasing the pressure and then slightly reducing the pressure to just create some variation. You need not fill it every places. You can leave some white spaces like how I have done here. So a different way to use this brush is you can just overlap on other petals. You just merge and then keep on doing it. It will create a nice watercolor effect. A transparent layer. Now let me select a new color, the last sixth color in the third row, and then let me switch off the layer 1. This is not needed anymore. Now create a new layer and go back to the pigmented wash. This new layer, let me create some variations in the petal. So which brush I'm using, let me tell you. I'm using pigmented wash and the size of the brush is around 2% and 100% opacity. I'm just creating some variations in the petal. So how I'm deciding where to create variation? Just bringing this blue color shade in the center of the flower in each petal. Like for example in this petal, just in the corners, I'm bringing some variations with a very light pressure. just random places. Using less pressure to drag it to the tip, darker pressure in starting and then less pressure in the end, so that it just smudges. Now go back to the brush and then select the fine liner brush and select the fourth color. Select one more new layer and let's give some structure to it. The brush size I've kept it at 25%, opacity at 100%, and the brush is fine liner brush. So reduce the brush size to 7%, it is very big. Just make the center a little bit darker. Just the center portion. Leave the petals wherever you're having petals, just give some structure and then just make it darker in the center. Now I'm just selecting the sixth color and then making it more darker again in the center. As you add more depth into it, it will be more in a three-dimensional form. Now lightly let me smudge. Go to bloom smudge this brush and let me smudge. Reduce the size to 2% and just smudge it wherever you feel it's very more of a hard edged. In the same layer, just the hard edges you can smudge. So what this brush does is it will just smudge it and bring some bloom into place. Let me do one more thing before smudging. Just go to the layer, just merge all three layers and then now you can just smudge in the edges of each petals. That's it. Now the structure is formed. Let me create one new layer, put it into clipping mask and then choose this, go into the layer, choose this blending mode and then put it into overlay. Now select a this bright orange, sixth color, and then just drag and drop it. And then go to the click again the overlay option and just reduce the opacity to 30%. So what it does, it just brings some brightness without making it look dull. It will just make it more brighter. Hope I'm clear. So what I did, I created one new layer, put it under clipping mask so that it is only painted over the flower, colored it with a bright orange, and then put it into overlay and reduce the opacity, which made the flower look more. This is the previous one. After applying this, it looks more brighter. I hope you understood. If any doubt, please let me know in the comments. I will clarify that to you. Now, since this is done, let me slightly. So what I did is, I merged it with two finger and then I'm duplicating it. After duplicating it, just select it and bring it into, just use your fingers to drag, and then can you see here this green dot, just make it slightly tilted. And then do the same thing again, just drag it, make it again, duplicate it, and then just drag it to the side and use this green dot to slightly tilt it. So 3 flowers are ready. To make it slightly in a different shape, use this warp. Select this warp and slightly bend it in a different shape so that it doesn't look identical. You can play with this. You can flip it vertical so that it will be slightly in a different direction. And then select this, go to distort and slightly change it into a different perspective. What you can do is add some grasses. So select this green color and go to the brush. Select this bright red edge loaded brush and opacity at 75%, brush size at 25%. Let me check. And just draw some grasses. Just in one stroke. Go back to the color, select the third color and do the same thing again. But not everywhere now, just in few places to make it little darker. Now go back to the brush, select the second color, go back to this brush and select the pigmented wash. 100% opacity, 6% the size is there. Let me check. Yes, this should work. So this is a pigmented wash. Let me go to the color. Before coloring with this color, let me just do one more thing. Selecting this 7th color in the first row and drawing some stem. Then go back to the color, select the second color and just color it down from that existing purple color. And just making few places a bit darker. But go back to the color. Let me add a new color, which also I'll include in the description. I'm just adding a yellow color over here. I'll give it to you in the description just to add some variations to the leaves. Yes, not like a very expert in tutoring. I just started my YouTube channel before a few months. And yeah, if you have any feedbacks, please do put it in the comment section. I'll try to improve. The motive of teaching over this channel is to just show like anyone can draw and make a living out of it. Yeah, like I've just started my website and having few sales here and there. But yeah, definitely this will be helpful for anyone who wants to make a living out of it or just a hobby. Select this, and so that's it. So I'm just going to add few more details. I'll put it in the time lapse, and please enjoy. That's it. It's just a simple tutorial. If you want more such tutorial and more in a simplified manner, you can just let me know in the comments how difficult it is. Maybe I'm doing this for a long time. I'm not sure how difficult is this. Maybe you can just put it in the comment section how difficult it is. And this tutorial is not a like a realism art. So I do love watercolor. So based on that, I have created these brushes. You'll see all these textures and everything, which makes this painting a unique one. Also, you can sign with your own name and just signing it with the brand's name. Let me know if you have enjoyed this tutorial until here, and also tag me along in your Instagram page. If you're sharing your art, I'd be very glad to see your art and also share in my stories. Bye bye until next time.